Hello everyone and welcome to Ginger Prime. My name's Brian if you're new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, you magnificent beast. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. The title of Magnificent Beast that you can rep to your friends and just look at the utter confusion on their face when they have no idea what you're talking about. It's going to be our little inside secret. But anyway, today, outside of all goofiness as the start of these videos, we're going to dive into New World, especially as a part of my Blunder Chaos Mage build. Now we're kind of testing this out on the PTR. I'm trying to put this video out for you guys if you're interested in checking out the Blunderbuss and if you're curious about how to do this in a mage style way, if that's the DPS that you're trying to build for yourself. Overall, I think this is a really fun build and it's going to continue to take on refinements, so be sure to check back here for later build guides on the channel, but also feel free to use this and then just go nuts, make it your own, build the class that you want to play in this game. Now, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in to my Blunder Chaos Mage build. First and foremost, we're going to be rocking Blunderbuss and the Void Gauntlet. Blunderbuss scales off of our stats from strength and intelligence. So if I actually just pull up the attributes, right now I'm rocking 300 intelligence, also rocking gear of the scholar, and I'll go through the gear here in a little bit. And I've got constitution for some health. Ultimately, you guys can play around with the stats and what actually gets you the best. Now I go with the 300% health because I want that increased 10% damage on first hit when the target is full. Now under the weapons themselves, let's focus in on the Blunderbuss. The reason why I call this a Chaos Mage is I'm primarily on the Chaos tree. I do take a little bit of containment with the net shot because that also gives me the ability to jump out of danger, slow, put a little dot on people as well, and that's going to stack with my Void Gauntlet. But let's go ahead and go through the skills and the perks, and feel free again to take this and use it however you want. So from the Chaos tree, I take Splitting Grenade. I add in Soften, which is a deal 25% increased damage to targets greater than 50% health. Then I have Delayed Escape. Any grenade hits grants haste, increasing movement speed by 20% for 3 seconds. Multiple will actually refresh the duration. And I take Incinerate Burst, Splitting Grenade, Explosive, and Fixed Burn, dealing 10% weapon damage per second for 10 seconds, and this will stack up to 3 times. I also take the Mortar Charge because it's cool. This is going to load the Blunderbuss with heavy canisters, and for the next 15 seconds, the 3 shots will no longer fire multiple pellets, but instead fire a heavy, fast-driving mortar-style canister that causes a tall explosion upon impact, dealing 126% weapon damage in a 3-meter area. So think AoE Mage in a way. If the target is 10 meters away or further, they will take a 35% increased damage from the mortar itself. I upgrade this with Steady and grants 7% stamina on hit. Great for dodge rolls because I am in light armor. Freedom, this is going to, with each shot fired, gain a burst of 50% movement speed, which decays in power over 3 seconds. And then finally, Streak, gain an extra canister that you can now fire up to 4 shots. Additionally, each mortar charge will hit increased damage from further mortar charges, and this is going to, in the next 6 seconds, by 10% for a maximum of 30%. And then I take the ultimate Double Down. Once every 30 seconds, your next ability used will have its cooldown reduced by 50%. Over here, I got On a Roll. Triggering the ability decreases all damage taken by 3% for 10 seconds, and this can stack up to 5 times. I take Bite Back. Every pellet that hits a headshot reduces all cooldowns by 0.5%. I take Future Planning. Using this ability reduces all other ability cooldowns, use of an ability, by 4% until the remaining time. And I also take the Magnificent Extended Chamber. Holding on to 2 loaded ammunitions for 2 seconds after reload will load in a 3rd active ammunition. So you actually get 3 shots in the chamber, and it's beautiful. Now this also can imply so you can get a bunch of extra shots going on here. Under Net Shot, I upgrade it with Fast Hands. If Net Shot hits the target, reduces the cooldown by 20%. Then Apparatus, the Net Shot now inflicts 50% slow, and it degrades normal move speed over 5 seconds, and this upgrades it to be Barbed Netting. So its initial hit is reduced, but you do get a 35% additional weapon damage over the next 3 seconds. This gets enhanced with a Deep Load. The shot loaded into the Blunderbuss will do 15% increased damage, as well as Future Endeavors if you land 5 or more pellets on a single shot restore 1 stamina per pellet hit. So now we come to the Void Gauntlet. I am rocking the Annihilation tree. Being that Blunderbuss has that spread shot, I really wanted to take Oblivion, and so I also ended up taking Petrifying Scream to kind of help give that root ability as well. So note that this is really what I was looking for, and it's nice to have that localized, that up close and personal melee for a little while. So this is essentially rocking pretty much almost full Annihilation tree. Here you can see I'm taking the Void Blade. I'm enhancing it with Fortified Blade, Vicious Void as well, and Leeching Blade with the ultimate Void Collar. On successful ability hit, gain a stack of Void Essence. At 6 stacks, consume all stacks and gain 3 meter aura that heals self and friendlies for 30% weapon damage and deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies within. Healing scales off exclusively with focus, so it's not going to be the biggest heals overall, but I'm still going to rock and take it. I enhance all of my skills, like with Withering Oblivion and with Invigorating Oblivion. Now, one of the reasons is that, especially with that net shot being able to blast me backwards, I want to be able to have that AOE damage that surrounds me, right? So I can be able to put out a lot of AOE damage, especially again that chaos, mortar shot. It feels really good to be able to combine these two together. And if I need to, again, Petrifying Scream followed by a net shot to be able to really get myself out of dodge and back into kind of a damage focus rotation. I enhance this with Forsaken Pact, 10% weapon damage below 50% mana, Keen Humility, 10% critical chance when all abilities are on cooldown, Empowering Proximity, gain Empower when casting abilities within 5 meters of an enemy, increase damage by 10% for 5 seconds, and that will stack up to 3 times. I also take Leeching Agony. On critical hit, gain health equaling 50% of damage done. I also take a 10% cooldown reduction on all abilities with a critical hit, and 10% critical chance when above 50 health. And then on the Decay, I only am taking 2 perks. Mana costs are reduced by 25% while above 50% mana, and Fervent Thirst, 5% mana per successful ranged light attack against targets afflicted by your Void Gauntlet. And that is essentially how I've got those skills set up and built out. Now, if we focus in here on gear, note that a lot of this is scholar based. Actually, all of this is scholar based. That's going to be intelligence driven build. That's going to easily get me up to that 300 intelligence score. And I also enhance it with a couple of gems. In this case, calming, generating 10% less health, and then essentially a physical damage absorption ward, increasing my overall survivability. Same thing goes for the scholars and the dribbler, again increasing my overall intelligence. The Blunderbuss, I'm actually putting in and slotting in an intelligence gem, scaling off of intelligence as the primary. I don't know how big of an impact that ultimately will have. We'll continue to test here and let you guys know. And then I take Opportunist, 20% damage increased against targets with less than 30% health, ideally trying to finish them off in the first place with these options. Now, obviously, this is something that's going to change and evolve, and when you start looking at the various different perks on the weapons themselves, that's going to require a little bit of nuance. So find out what you ultimately are looking for, because there's going to be a lot of options here once the Blunderbuss is fully integrated into the game. And with that, I hope you got something good from this build. I've really enjoyed playing around with it, and next I'm going to take a more melee heavy approach with the Blunderbuss, so hopefully you look forward to that build guide as well. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you feel like I earned it, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and join the many of you guys who are slowly pushing me up to 60,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. But until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with a clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.